Hey guys, it's been a while. I feel like I say that every time I post, but I am never active anymore. Cries. But more on that later. Today we will be drawing Fairy Tale. Everybody that knows me knows I am the biggest Fairy Tale fan. I even met Natsu's voice actor, Todd Habercorn. So yay. But my main motivation for drawing this picture in general was one, because I'm always drawing fairy tale. Like, I actually have a problem. Somebody stop me. But other than that, I had the screenshot in my phone for like 2 years of this scene. And one day when I was at work on night shift, I was like, let me just draw this picture because my job is pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. So I literally spend the whole time just drawing. And yeah, I was like, let me just draw this picture or whatever. But I was like, I love this. This took like 10 minutes. Let me draw this when I get home. So I did. I started it and then I didn't. I didn't finish it. Don't know why. It's hard finding the motivation to draw. At least digitally. Like, I could draw on paper and pencil. Again, I do it every day, all the time. But for some reason, drawing digitally lately, it's just hard finding the motivation. But back in, I think, what was it? March, we finally heard news about the new anime 100 Years Quest, and something was like, girl, get up and finish this drawing. So I did, and here we are. Yay. But yeah, so let's talk about the drawing. Let's talk about Lucy. Actually, drawing her was actually a pain in the butt. I don't know why I could not get her expression right. I had to redraw her face like 3 times. Even rendering her, I don't know. Maybe because I hadn't drawn digitally in a good minute before I started doing this. I was actually working on another drawing, but I scrapped it. I might go back later. Don't know. Haven't decided, but I was a little out of practice. So drawing Lucy was slightly difficult, and for some reason, like, her eyes, even in the series, her eyes are a little bit different than everybody else's. They're super round and very bright. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but yeah, it was really difficult drawing her expression. I loved her mouth and everything, but just, I don't know, like, looking at it all together was really difficult. Even after, like, I drew Happy, I think, did I draw her eyes again? I'm not 100% sure, but I've been having trouble drawing eyes in general lately, so maybe I need to go back and practice. Drawing Urza was so fun. I love drawing her, guys. I seriously do. I draw her all the time. And you all know I draw her all the time. And every time I do, she comes out amazing. Maybe it's because she's one of my favorite characters. I don't know, but I had a lot of fun drawing her face. First try, she was amazing. I really like drawing her bandages and like her little band-aid and everything. Even like down to the shape of her face and her nose. I think she looks really pretty. Everything went well with drawing her except for that arm right there. You can see I was struggling. A part of me wanted to draw hands in this picture, just, because her position in the photo was like really weird. And I don't know if it's because of the way I drew it or how it was in the reference, but she was like a little too zoomed out. So yeah, you can see me trying to draw a hand. It did not look good, so I said, you know what, forget it. We're not drawing a hand. We're just gonna zoom her in. I also had a hard time drawing in her bandages. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go all the way down her shirt or just like around her neck and then on her arm. But if my memory serves me correctly, anytime she's in bandages, she's always bandaged on her neck, and then like the rest of her body is bandaged separately so she doesn't look like a mummy. Isn't Happy so cute? I didn't even like talk about him much, but he looks adorable. Okay, so here is where I start to draw the males. And I do not draw males often. I used to, not anymore, because they're not fun, but specifically spiky haired guys. I don't know what it is. I cannot draw spikes. So I went in and practiced drawing before I actually drew on his head, and you can just see how bad it looks. Like, what is this? What am I looking at right now? It looks scary. Same thing with Natsu. Natsu was so hard at first. Gray's actually was easier once I took a moment to just break down his hair, and I stopped thinking so much. I feel like when you're drawing spiky hair, you cannot think a lot. If you overthink, it's gonna look stupid. It's a lot of like weird strands. It's all over the place, so you know, it took a few attempts, but I like the way it turned out in the end. It was just the back of the hair that was like throwing me off a little bit. I think I was making his spikes a little too thick, so when I went back in and like thinned them out a little bit and made them smaller, it looked way better and I was happy. Now Natsu. I struggled so much doing his hair. His hair is very spiky. Like he wins the spiky hair competition. And after a while, like after so many attempts, I was just like, I can't do it. So what I did was I drew Natsu before. So I looked at that drawing that I made and I tried to copy that style of hair onto this drawing instead of following the one in the reference, because if I followed the one in the reference, it just would not look good. So I went and I broke down how I drew it in the first Natsu drawing that I made, and then I copied it onto here. And now it looks kind of like older Natsu, you know. Towards the end of the series, his hair is really long, and then in the beginning it's much shorter. So I like the fact that I went with the longer hair. It looked better on him. In the end, I loved the way his hair looked. I loved the way I rendered him. He looked amazing. I was definitely nervous at first, just because he had a lot more detail than everybody else in the drawing. Like his hair, he had that big sack on his back, his scarf, his abs, his little fairy tale emblem, which guys, I know how to draw a fairy tale emblem, but for some reason, again, because I was out of practice, I was struggling. So I had ended up tracing it. I tried my best to avoid tracing, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I traced it. Also, like his face, like again, struggling. I think I forgot which angle of the face I was drawing when I was drawing onto. And the first nose, you could see that it was a little bit off, but I changed the angle of his nose and now he looks amazing. Yay. So here you can see me trying to draw the emblem, and I don't know if it's because it was really small. You know, I'm drawing it on his arm and not like just the emblem in general. So I ended up just tracing it because anybody had time for that. I was trying to get this finished, y'all. I was trying to get it finished. It took me 2 months. That's way too long. Like, I literally just didn't work on it. So this week I was like, I'm gonna finish it. I'm not going another week without not having this posted and finished because it's too long. 2 months is way too long. 1 month is way too long. So, while, we watch the time lapse, we're going to discuss where I've been. As you've heard earlier, I got a new job. So, that's really what I've been doing, working my job. I've just been struggling with art motivation lately. Like, I've really had a rough 2 years, and I think you can tell because that's when I started to be inactive, was about 2 years ago. So yeah, I'm just trying to build that motivation to draw again because I really love it. But then at the same time, Instagram is so dead. Like, what do artists do nowadays? How do artists grow on social media? Like, what's the secret? Because Instagram definitely is not doing it. You don't get any views. You always have to post reels. Like, I'm not a reels girl. I'm not a short-term content type person or short-form content type person. I just want to draw. So you know what? If that means I don't get any views, if that means, my account doesn't grow or I stick to the 30 like jail on Instagram, like, what? That's crazy. That's normal for TikTok, but not Instagram. But if that's what has to happen, then it will, because I will not stress myself out trying to grow on Instagram or on TikTok or any social media, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna force myself to post weekly like I used to do. If I can only make a post once a month, then I'll make a post once a month, because I'll be damned if I let Instagram or any social media keep me from drawing or make me not want to draw. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, when you post and you get like 30 likes, not even, like, it makes you not want to draw. It makes you feel like it's something wrong with your art. And I know there's nothing wrong with my art, okay? I put a lot of time and practice into getting better, so I'm not gonna let the views change that.
Period.
I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna enjoy my time drawing outside of social media, and if I choose to post it, I will. If I don't, I won't feel bad about it. Also, when I post artwork, I'm gonna start reusing the same content, because when you post, a few eyes see it and then that's it. Why? I spent 2 months. This took 2 months. I just told y'all, this took 2 months. Y'all are gonna see this drawing a lot. I'm gonna show this drawing as much as I can because my hard work won't go to waste. I'm just trying to learn to enjoy drawing again and not draw for social media, but draw for myself and because I like it. Like, I almost didn't draw this because I'm like, well, I draw fairy tale all the time. Like, people are probably tired of seeing it. Like, nobody wants to see me draw fairy tale all the time. But I like it. I have fun drawing fairy tales, so I'm going to continue drawing it and whatever else I want to draw. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been, dealing with personal stuff, trying to get back to me, because I was depressed for a while, but I'm just trying to get back into my hobbies. And that's another thing. I also have like 10 different hobbies. So it's like I can't do all of them at once. And honestly, because of social media, I kind of put art to the side because it's like, well, I'm not growing anyway. I might as well just, not spend most of my time drawing. And it's like, I'm going to draw, but I'm not going to focus on trying to grow social media. And I hope like nobody else is losing their confidence because social media's algorithm is changing and stuff like that. Like, you just can't depend on an app to help you grow. You can't. So just do what you like, and if it's meant to be, it'll happen. And that's kind of how I'm thinking about it now. And now I'm getting more motivation to draw. It's still hard, but I'm slowly getting back into it. So hopefully you guys see me post more often. And if not, then there's plenty of people posting daily to where I don't feel like I have to do it. So yeah.
I'm going fucking crazy.
Another thing is I've also been wanting to try new art styles. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm trapped with this style. I don't dislike it, I just hate how long it takes. Like, it's very detailed, it's very clean. I don't know if I can call my artwork clean. Is that like a cocky thing to say? I don't know. But I try my best to make my artwork as clean as possible. And honestly, I'm trying to get more comfortable with messy artwork. So I've been trying out lots of new brushes, lots of new sketch brushes. I'm not brave enough to like not do line art because I know I've done no line art before, but even with that, it's like it takes a lot to get it to look clean. But when I say no line art, I meant like using your sketch as a line art and leaving it in the drawing. When I draw with no line art, I don't normally leave the sketch in there. I just use it as a guide when I'm coloring. So yeah, I've been testing out a whole bunch of stuff with this, just in general with my artwork. I tried my best not to make it too clean and to leave messy lines, but again, I'm just like a really bad perfectionist, so it was really hard. Okay, so picking colors. I really wanted to use desaturated colors. That's normally a part of my workflow. I look at the main color I want and then I use a more desaturated color because my style, I add a lot of highlights and a lot of light colors to it to where, it can be a little bit difficult on the eyes when you see it. So lately I've been using more desaturated colors when I'm drawing and then going in, with brighter colors as I render. And here you can tell with Lucy that I started, again, being a perfectionist. I started really going in with the blending and like adding all this detail, and that wasn't the original plan. The original plan was for it to look simple and a little bit messy. So I went through with the detail rendering for Lucy and then I went back to fix it. So you can tell here, I did go simple with the hair though. When it comes to drawing the hair, I don't draw hair like I used to. I would go in with a whole bunch of detail. Don't do that anymore. Now I just kind of like I shadow the shapes, if that makes sense. But before I would like add shadows to the top of the hair, to the bottom, highlights all throughout. I don't do that anymore. Now I just shadow the ends of the hair, and I go in and then add like just an overall highlight. Moving on to Happy. Yay, he is so cute. That is my little baby. Rendering him was fun. I wasn't sure where to put the shadows exactly because I know I didn't want to follow the reference that closely, but I tried my best to, you know, make it my own style. So I added a little bit of red to his skin to make it look like he was blushing. And I think it came out really cute. With Urza, that's when I decided that I like slightly over rendered with drawing Lucy, because with Urza I kept my lines pretty simple and I did not over blend. So I went back in later to fix Lucy, judging by how Urza looked. So I think she looks pretty with the simple shadows, and that's how I went about this drawing for the rest of it. Same with Gray. You can tell that I went in with simple shadows, just shadowed a few important parts just so you can see the difference in his face, and then I moved on because when I spend time just over blendering, when I spend too much time blending and stuff like that, it can be time consuming and take a really long time to finish. So I decided to go simple with this whole drawing. Then with the background, I was not sure how I wanted to render it, but I started doing the shadows on like the sidewalk, and I love the way like the messy rendered look, so I went with that. Then I added a few shadows to the background, and I felt like it still looked flat, like just like a flat wall. So when I went in and I added shadows to the inner walls, just to make it slightly darker so you can tell that difference between them. And then I went in and I added some filters, and this is what the finished drawing looks like. So, yay! I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video today. Honestly, I suck at voiceovers. I really do not like doing them, but I'm gonna get the hang of it. I'm still trying to figure out how to edit my videos and how I want them to look. So just bear with me until, you know, I get into the groove. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. I do have a TikTok and other things, but I don't really use it. So Instagram's my main platform. Follow me there. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.